What is up, guys, and welcome back to part 25 of my F1 2016 career mode here at the Russian Grand Prix. If you've missed season 1 and of course the last 3 episodes of this season, then you can click the little card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens to go catch up with everything that has happened over the first season and of course this season so far. But looking at the standings, we are currently leading the Drivers' Championship on 68 points and 13 points ahead of our rival Kimi Räikkönen. So we are in a sort of championship battle at the moment. However, it is for early stages in the season, so you know we're not expected to be up there for the rest of the season. You know, we've had a good run of races recently. Hopefully that does continue, but yeah, I'm not too sure whether it will. Of course, we've got Spain after this one, and then Monaco. They could be quite tricky races for us, and we're literally just going to have to see how the season goes on. But today's race at Russia, you know, I'm quite positive about it. It's a very, very fast track, and our car is definitely set up for straight line speed. So hopefully we can use that to our advantage and possibly even get another really good race result here today. But we've got a little bit of information from Chris after upgrading the car last time out at the Chinese Grand Prix. So we're going to head over to him and see what he's got in store for us.
Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
So last time out at the Chinese Grand Prix, we decided to upgrade our chassis weight, the front nose cone structure, and that's reduced our weight by 6 kilograms, which should really help us in the research and development race. Manor Racing also upgrading their cars, so did Toro Rosso. So Toro Rosso are trying to keep up with us at the moment, and that means that we are now above Mercedes. Toro Rosso have also moved up above Mercedes, so they're now the third best team. We are right behind Ferrari in terms of research and development. So we could be very, very close to becoming the best team in Formula 1 if we can get a couple of upgrades. Maybe after this race, but I'm not too sure whether that will happen. So possibly after the Spanish Grand Prix heading into Monaco, but we'll just have to wait and see how the season goes on. But for now, we are the second best team in Formula 1, which is absolutely fantastic, and hopefully that really helps us out at today's Russian Grand Prix. And we're going to find out whether it does exactly that as we head over to practice.
Here we are at the fabulous Sochi Autodrome in Russia for what is expected to be a compelling race weekend. And it begins with a wet and potentially awkward practice session for the drivers.
Here we are then going over the track acclimatization, just try and get used to the circuit and make sure that we get a lot of resource points going in towards the end of the race. We decided to skip out free practice 1, mainly because it was raining and it's not due to rain for the rest of the weekend. You know, qualifying and the race will be in the dry. Managed to get purple there in the track acclimatization, which was absolutely fantastic. And also got 6th position in FP2. We tried to do the qualifying run, but unfortunately we just couldn't beat the target times, and unfortunately, yeah, we just weren't quick enough in the qualifying. But then we did manage to do the tyre wear management, which was absolutely fantastic. Full house of purples, and yeah, managed to get as many resource points as possible in that one to sort of make up with not getting that many in the qualifying run. But yeah, pretty good going in towards the race. We looked very, very positive in this weekend. 8th in the standings on the soft tyres, with Jolyon Palmer setting the fastest lap in the session so far. So Renault are looking very, very good in this Russian Grand Prix, and hopefully we can utilize that and maybe even get another race win here today, or maybe Jolyon Palmer can get his first ever race win in Formula 1. We're just going to have to wait and see how he does. But first, we have to make sure that we get a good position in qualifying. So without any further ado, let's head over to the qualifying session for the Russian Grand Prix.
Welcome back to Sochi. We're about to be joining the action down in the pit lane as the cars get ready to embark on their qualifying runs.
Here we are then in the first qualifying session for today's Russian Grand Prix, and the car is looking very, very good for today's race weekend. So we will be hoping to get into Q3 very, very easily and possibly even challenge for another pole position. So we're going to head out on track, get through Q1, get through Q2, and hopefully we can sort out a really, really good lap in Q3 as well. Here we are then in Q1, just trying to make sure that we definitely get through into Q2, coming round the final corner now on the super soft tyres, because we decided to go for more softer tyres for the race weekend, because we know that tyre wear is very, very easy at this circuit. We managed to go purple, set the fastest lap of the session so far, and that was good enough to get us into Q2. In 4th position in the end, behind Jolyon Palmer, but still easily enough, we're into Q2, and hopefully we can get another good result in that session and possibly even get into Q3 as well. Here we are then in Q2, and once again going around the last couple of corners down towards the line, locking up quite a bit on the final corner, but across the line it's good enough for second place at the moment, a 138.173, and once again that was enough to get us into Q3 and yeah, into the top 10 shootout, which was an absolute fantastic result for us. We're into the top 10 shootout in 8th position in the end, with Jolyon Palmer up in 4th place. So we did sort of narrowly get through. We didn't get through as easily as we did in Q1, but still, nevertheless, we are in to Q3, and hopefully we can sort out a battle for pole position, but we're just going to have to wait to see how that goes. But for now, let's head into the battle for pole position. Here we are then in Q3, the final qualifying session of the day, coming around the final corner for our first lap here in qualifying. Down across the line, it's a 138.053, only good enough for 6th position at the moment, so we definitely need to improve on that lap time if we want to get pole position here today. And here we are around the final couple of corners. At the moment we are a whole second faster than our previous best lap time, running it a little bit wide on the exit of the final corner, but that's good enough to put us up into second and 1/10 behind the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz. The Toro Rosso are doing a fantastic job at today's Russian Grand Prix. But here we are, third and final lap here in qualifying, down through the final corner now, just maybe taking quite a lot of apex there across the line, and it's good enough for pole position. A fantastic lap there in qualifying, and yeah, pole position. Great result for us, great result for Renault. Hopefully Jolyon Palmer did a good job in qualifying as well, and 5th position for him, not too bad. I mean, I was hoping for better for him, and maybe we could get 1-2 here today at the Russian Grand Prix. I mean, it's not over yet, we still have the race to go through, and Jolyon Palmer could make quite a lot of overtakes and possibly be a little bit lucky there, so hopefully get onto the podium with me as well. I mean, there's no guarantee that we'll be on the podium either, so we still need to do, we haven't even done half the job. I mean, we've just got on pole position, we've still got a long way left to go in the race, and hopefully we can convert that into a race win. But we go and get pole position with Carlos Sainz in the Toro Rosso getting out an amazing result in 2nd place. Kimi Räikkönen's in 3rd with Sebastian Vettel in 4th. Jolyon Palmer, my teammates, in 5th with Nico Rosberg lining up alongside him in 6th. Danny Kvyat in the other Toro Rosso is lining up in 7th with Lewis Hamilton down in 8th. Roman Grosjean in 9th with Max Verstappen rounding out the top 10. So, can we get another race win and make it a hat-trick of race wins here at the Russian Grand Prix? Let's find out as we head over to the race.
Good afternoon from Sochi as we prepare to get underway for the Russian Grand Prix. The championship battle has some time to go yet, but still expect no quarter to be given here on this circuit that made its debut in 2014 and has already seen some classic racing. Built on the shores of the Black Sea, the Sochi Autodrome is a 3.6-mile tour around some of the venues built for the 2014 Winter Olympic Games. Close barriers may make overtakes more challenging, but with 56% of the lap taken absolutely flat out, we certainly won't be wanting for pure speed. A fitting arena then to do battle at the pinnacle of motorsport. As the drivers complete their preparations down below us on the grid, one man who's no stranger to the pre-race pressure is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
From the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
It's race day here at the Russian Grand Prix, starting in pole position once again. It was a fantastic result for us in qualifying, and one that we are definitely very, very happy with, and hopefully we can push on from here and try and get another race win. The race strategy for today's race is going to be completely dry throughout the whole race. I think that we can make a one-stopper last going on the super softs to then the soft tyres, and just looking at the what we did from the tyre wear management, changing that around. But however, we do drive a little bit differently in the tyre wear management compared to what we do in the race, so we're not going to really take that into consideration too much, but we should be able to do a one-stopper very, very easily. So here we are getting away with the formation lap right at the start of the grid, and for the first time I think ever when we started in pole position, we've managed to get away nice and cleanly, and actually remember to get away for the formation start, which is absolutely fantastic. We're just going to get on, warm up the tyres, warm up the brakes, and get ready for the race start and make sure that we can optimise our start. And here we are on the starting of the grid. The lights starting to come on now. It's 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go for the Russian Grand Prix. And it looks like a great start compared to the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz, who's dropped off massively. However, slipstream is very, very important at this Russian Grand Prix. There's a long run down into turn 2. Carlos Sainz could still be coming back out, to which he is at the moment, but he's just not close enough to go for a move down in towards turn 2 there. So unfortunately for Carlos Sainz, he can't quite get the move done. He's going side by side at the moment with Nico Rosberg. But for us, we are in the lead of the race. We're now on board with Jolyon Palmer. Nothing really happened for quite a lot of laps in our own race. So we're just watching on board with Jolyon Palmer at the moment as he tries to pick his way through the field. He's following in the slipstream of the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. Tries to get the move done around the outside, down in towards turn 1. He's got the job done before he's even got into turn 2. And that's a great move there for Jolyon Palmer. Up into, I think it's P5 at the moment. And up next for him is Carlos Sainz, who has dropped down quite significantly from the start of the race. But here we are, Jolyon Palmer right behind the Toro Rosso driver, going down in towards turn 1 and then into turn 2. Once again, he will have slipstream, he will have DRS on the Toro Rosso driver, pulls over to the right hand side, and with that straight line speed that we have in this Renault, it makes it such an easy move there for Jolyon Palmer. Carlos Sainz, so giving it a little bit of a fight round the outside into the corner, but at the end of the day, Jolyon Palmer is just too quick for him, and he makes it a very, very easy overtaking. Here we are with Jolyon Palmer coming into the pits at the moment for making his pit stop. And yeah, very, very quick pit stop there from Jolyon Palmer. But here we are back on board with our own race. Here we are coming into the pits for our first pit stop in this race. I mean, nothing has happened to us since lap 1 and lap 9. We've just been pushing, absolutely pushing like hell to try and get a fantastic start to this race. We've got such a huge gap at the moment over Nico Rosberg, which is absolutely amazing. But here we are coming in the pits for our first pit stop. Nico Rosberg coming in as well. And there's also the Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen. And here we are. We will be wanting a fast pit stop there from the Renault boys. I think it was a fast pit stop, probably about a 2-second stop there from Renault. So pretty decent. You know, we can't really ask for much better. We are still ahead of Nico Rosberg and a lot of guys behind us. And we are still going for this one stopper. So no one should really be able to jump us in the pit lane. There are quite a few drivers ahead of us though. Felipe Massa, we're down into 8th position at the moment. We will be looking to pick our way through these back markers as soon as possible. But they all should be coming into pits within the next couple of laps anyway. So we don't really have to worry about that too much. But coming through this left hand of turn 3 and now cutting ahead just a little bit later into the lap on lap 10. We're right behind the Williams driver of Felipe Massa at the moment, right behind him in 8th position. Maybe having a look for a move down towards this next corner, but we think better of it. I mean, we are going to get slipstream and we are going to get DRS down this next straight. So it should be a fairly easy move there on the Williams driver of Felipe Massa, which it is to the left-hand side, going down in towards the right-hander of turn 13, I believe it is. And that's an easy move there on Felipe Massa. Job done, and we are up into P7. Up next for us is Rio Haryanto, so we will be looking to get past him as soon as we possibly can as well. Of course, we don't want to be held up by these back markers too much, because that will allow the likes of Nico Rosberg and Kimi Räikkönen to catch up to us. And of course, our teammate as well, Jolyon Palmer, is having an absolutely solid race in this Russian Grand Prix, so we do not want him to catch up, because he definitely has potential to try and overtake us. There's a couple of guys coming into pits at the moment, so we get past those guys very, very easy. And now we are on the back of Rio Haryanto, and it should be a fairly easy move on the manor down in towards turn 2. And here we are using the slipstream, using the DRS, pulling over to the right hand side, getting the inside line into turn 2, and we get the job done before we get there. It's an easy move on the manor, and up into P2 I believe we go. And up next for us is Sergio Perez in the manor, but we're on board with Nico Rosberg at the moment. He has our teammate Jolyon Palmer right behind him as we go down the straight. And oh no, Nico Rosberg, his engine has gone. Look how much smoke is covering the track there. Very, very lucky that all the drivers can get through and are able to see. But Nico Rosberg pulling off to the side of the road now. Jolyon Palmer, that means he gets up to another position. I believe he's in 2nd position at the moment when all the pit stops sort themselves out, which is absolutely fantastic for him. And safety car has been deployed in this race. That is an absolute disaster for us. I mean, we were so far out in the lead. That means everyone is going to get bunched up. All the other guys are going to catch up to us. And now we are going to definitely be under pressure from our teammate of Jolyon Palmer, who is kind of in 2nd place. I mean, Fernando Alonso is at the moment in 2nd, but he has not pitted in this race. I believe he's still on those soft tyres and still needs to pit for the super softs. But green flag once again. We get underway, and it looks like we've not been as quick off the start as we usually are. Fernando Alonso right behind us at the moment, going through the final corner. He could definitely have the opportunity to go for an overtake down in towards turn 1 and maybe into turn 2 as well. And here we are on this fast right hand. It looks like Jolyon Palmer is going side by side with Fernando Alonso. He gets the job done, and now he's trying to go for a move on us down in towards turn 2. He takes the outside line, round the outside, so much quicker in a straight line using the slipstream. And there we go, Jolyon Palmer up into the lead of this Russian Grand Prix. I think that's the first time he's ever led a race on this career mode. Well done, Jolyon Palmer, but now we need to fight. We put it up into Rich Mix to try and catch up to Jolyon Palmer and try and get the position back. So we are here on lap 18 at the moment, following behind my teammate at the moment, who is currently leading the race. We will have DRS on him going down in towards turn 2, so much quicker in a straight line due to DRS, and there we go, job done. Up the inside into the corner. Is it job done? He's still going to hold it round the outside. He's still there on the left-hand side, but then he gives up position, and we are up into the lead of the race once again, up in at lap 18. It's been a fantastic race so far for us, and now the two Renaults are going to battle. Who is going to come out on top and who is going to win today's Russian Grand Prix? Jolyon Palmer is trying to take away the race win from us once again. He will have slipstream, he will have DRS down in towards turn 1, so much quicker in a straight line due to DRS, and he could possibly go for a move into his next corner, but he's just not close enough at the moment, so I don't think Jolyon Palmer will be able to get past us on this lap, because there's only really one overtaking opportunity. But we're going very, very wide. I mean, that's my usual line in this corner. I take it wide, then I cut back, but Jolyon Palmer sees that, goes straight up the inside. I have to give him the room, obviously, because he is my teammate, and I don't want to crash into him. Of all the drives, I do not want to crash into Jolyon Palmer. So I give him the room, and it's a very, very easy opportunity to get past me, and Jolyon Palmer retakes the lead of this race. But we are here now on lap 19. I'm right behind my teammate in using the DRS and using the slipstream, going down in towards, I think it's turn 13, I'm not too sure, but going down into this next corner, into this fast left, and then under braking. Looks like I've got the job done on my teammate, but I've run it a little bit wide. He's going to have a little look up the inside, but unfortunately for Jolyon Palmer, he just can't quite get his nose up there, and we hold on to the lead of the race for the time being. But there is still a long way left to go in this race, and we are definitely going to be battling pretty much throughout the rest of it. Jolyon Palmer right to my tail once again, going down in towards turn 1, then down towards turn 2. He has the slipstream, he has the DRS once again on the outside this time, trying around it the outside into the corner. Can he hold it? Under braking, so much better. And there we go, Jolyon Palmer up into the lead of the race, and this is becoming a very, very interesting battle between the two of us at the moment. And because of all this battling, Kimi Räikkönen is also catching up. I mean, he's not right our tail at the moment, but he will definitely be in this battle very soon enough as we go for an overtake once again on Jolyon Palmer. He tries to fight it around the outside there into the corner, but unfortunately for him, can't quite make it stick. And now once again, Jolyon Palmer is going to try and have another look on us, but there is Kimi Räikkönen right on the back of us. Carlos Sainz also looking to try and get involved as well, with Sebastian Vettel behind us, and then Danica Kvyat behind him. So it looks like there could be a train of cars forming up behind us as Jolyon Palmer has a little look around the outside. Side-by-side action in towards turn 2. He's got the inside line in towards turn 3. Who's going to come out on top here? Side-by-side through this long left-hand, this 180-degree left-hander. It looks like Jolyon Palmer has got the job done up into the lead of the race. That was a great move there for Jolyon Palmer to stick it on the inside of the corner. We had to hold it around the outside, unfortunately, with just not the quickest line, and we had to give up position to our teammate. But here we are on lap 22, going for the move on Jolyon Palmer on the left-hand side, up into this next corner, and it's job done. But once again, we run very, very wide. That allows Jolyon Palmer to have a look up the inside. He's now got the outside line in towards this next corner. It's side-by-side once again between the two Renaults, going into this left-hander. Who's going to come out on top? I just sort of squeeze Jolyon Palmer out wide, and now Kimi Räikkönen has definitely got a very, very good opportunity to try and get past us. But we're on lap 23 at the moment, leading the race, running a little bit too wide. That's going to allow Jolyon Palmer to have a little bit of a run on us down in towards this next corner. Jolyon Palmer diving up the inside. Can he get the job done? Not quite through there. Yes, he can. It's side by side at the moment. Can Jolyon Palmer hold on to it? He's so much faster at the moment. Looks like he's got a great drive out to that corner. And unfortunately, we've had to give up position. We're trying a little bit of a cutback move there. Going to try another cutback move into towards this corner, but unfortunately it's just not enough to get past him. However, we are behind him at the DRS detection point, so we should get DRS down this next straight. As here we are right behind Jolyon Palmer at the moment. We've got a bit of a train of cars forming up behind us with Kimi Räikkönen and the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz as well. Going into this next corner, we're having a little look around the outside to get the inside line into this next corner, but unfortunately it's just not enough. Kimi Räikkönen having a little look around the outside of us as well, but luckily for us we brake later than him, because obviously we do not want to drop down into third position, because if we are held up by Kimi Räikkönen, that will allow Jolyon Palmer to drive off into the distance with the race win, because we know that this Renault is fast. If we weren't battling, this would be a slam dunk first and second for us in this race. It would be so easy for the Renaults to get a first and second if we were not battling. The only reason Kimi Räikkönen and Carlos Sainz are right behind us are because we are going hammer to toe right throughout every single lap of this Russian Grand Prix. But we are right behind Jolyon Palmer once again, using the slipstream, using the DRS, pulling over to the right-hand side. Going to try it up the inside of Jolyon Palmer. He holds it on the outside under braking. Can he hold it around the outside of this corner? No, he can't, and we regain the lead of this Russian Grand Prix. It's been a fantastic race so far. There's still 4 laps left to go in this race, so I'm sure the battles will continue. But here we are on board with Jolyon Palmer once again, having another little look down in towards this very, very long sweeping straight. And Jolyon Palmer moving over to the left-hand side. That means he will get the outside line into the next corner. If he can stay in front, though, he will get the move done. And there we go. Jolyon Palmer up into the lead of this Russian Grand Prix on lap 26. I mean, 2 more laps left to go. 1.5 laps left to go in this Russian Grand Prix. We need to get past him as soon as we possibly can. Otherwise, Jolyon Palmer will take this race win away from us. We do not want that because we are battling with Kimi Räikkönen, who is right behind us in the championship at the moment. We do not want Jolyon Palmer to come into the fold in the fight for the championship, because otherwise that means one more driver that we have to fight with. We obviously want to, you know, have at least one driver that we fight with in the championship, just to make it really, really easy. But we're going side by side with Jolyon Palmer, following right behind his gearbox through the final couple of corners, side by side with him, and it's a fairly easy move thanks to DRS down in towards turn 2. And Jolyon Palmer has a little look to try and hold it round the outside, but unfortunately just was not quick enough under braking, and we managed to get the lead once again. But there is still a long way left to go on this final lap of the race. Jolyon Palmer could definitely try and get the job done, and hopefully we can hold on to it though. Fuel is flashing at the moment, but we are okay. We're plus 0.26 laps of fuel, so that should last us till the end of the race with the fuel efficiency upgrades that we have done. Fernando Alonso goes and sets the fastest lap of the race, proving that that McLaren Honda can be quick around a power circuit like Russia, which is absolutely fantastic for the McLaren, and hopefully for them they can maybe pull it back in the future and we could possibly see a battle with McLaren. But for now, let's focus on this Russian Grand Prix. Jolyon Palmer having another little look to possibly go for a move on us and try and retake the lead of this Russian Grand Prix. He's going to move to the left-hand side, going down in towards this corner. He's got the job done for the time being. Can we hold it around the outside into the next corner? We dive bomb it up the inside of our teammate, and it looks like we've got the job done on Jolyon Palmer. And unless anything major happens in this race, I don't think Jolyon Palmer is going to be able to get past us. There's not really any more overtaking opportunities over the rest of this lap. So coming into the final 2 corners of this Russian Grand Prix, it's been an absolutely fantastic battle for us. But not only are we going to get our first hat-trick of race wins, it's a 1-2 for Renault Sport in Formula 1.
Great drive. We did it. Good job.
A great win then for the Renault team today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race it was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Renault team for their excellent win today.
So there we go, our first ever 1-2 for Renault here at this Russian Grand Prix. It was a fantastic race for us. I mean, we should have definitely won by more than a second over Kimi Räikkönen. I mean, me and Jolyon Palmer were so quick today in this Renault that if we weren't battling away with with each other, then we would not have had Kimi Räikkönen, Carlos Sainz, Roman Grosjean, all of those guys right on our tail. We would have been so far in front of the rest of the field, and possibly even lapped most of them as well. But because we were battling, taking different lines, unfortunately, we just weren't really fulfilling our potential. But still, a fantastic race for us. Our first ever hat-trick of race wins in Formula 1. A fantastic result. Jolyon Palmer helps us to get our first ever 1-2, so a great result for him as well. Kimi Räikkönen, he finishes in 3rd, completing the podium. Carlos Sainz finishes in 4th, with Roman Grosjean getting a great result in 5th position. Sebastian Vettel finished in 6th, with Danny Kvyat 7th, Sergio Perez 8th, Daniel Ricciardo 9th, and Nico Hülkenberg gets the final World Championship point in today's race. But let's have a look at how this affects us in the drivers' standings. And in the driver's standings, we move further away from Kimi Räikkönen. The gap to him is now 23 points. So we are definitely running away with this championship at the moment. But we are starting to head into the tracks like Spain and Canada, where we struggled last year. So hopefully this season we can sort those out and maybe get some good results there. But, you know, we might not, and Kimi Räikkönen definitely has the chance to try and come back to us in the championship. Romain Grosjean currently in third. He's 40 points behind, but, you know, he could definitely be within that frame if the Haas can put a couple of improvements on. And Jolyon Palmer's up into fifth on 30 points in the driver's standings, so he is having a good season for now, really, because last season he did not have a good season at all. I think he only got like 12 points overall in the championship, so it was a disappointing season for Jolyon Palmer. But now he's starting to get some good points on board, and hopefully we can really try and push for the Constructors' Championship. And let's have a look at how this affects us in the Constructors' Championship. And that result puts us even further ahead of Scuderia Ferrari. 33 points is the gap at the top of the championship. A fantastic result for Renault. First ever 1-2, and hopefully we can carry those results on as the season goes on. But for now, that is it for today's Russian Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. But taking a quick look at the rivalry update after today's Russian Grand Prix, and we pretty much dominated Kimi Räikkönen apart from him actually finishing the race, getting a podium finish, and it being penalty free. We pretty much dominated him, so we should definitely win the rivalry update against Kimi Räikkönen. I mean, it's 24-17. We need a really, really bad race in Spain in order to lose this rivalry battle. Looking at the research and development, we only have 634 resource points. I mean, we could upgrade our fuel efficiency, but we're going to more focus on straight line speed and engine power, or possibly even downforce ahead of tracks like Monaco and, well, really Monaco, because it will be too late for Spain. So if we can get enough resource points in Spain, then we can possibly upgrade for Monaco. If not, we'll have to focus on engine power and drag ready for Canada, Azerbaijan, and Austria as well. So that's pretty much how our season's going to go at the moment. I mean, the power tracks are definitely at the beginning of the season, with more of the downforce tracks coming towards the end. But that is it for today's Russian Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. We're going to have this Formula 1 career mode coming to you every single day. So if you are subscribed, then you never have to miss an episode from me. But I'll see you next time at the Spanish Grand Prix. Until then, though, it's goodbye from me.